And what's up, everybody? Sorry for the little delay there. I thought I wasn't going live, but I think I'm going live now. There's usually like a little sound to it. But anyway, what's up, everybody? This is Francis over here from P Nintendo, PlayerEssence.com. I have another live stream for you guys, and this time we're going to be talking about Mario Kart 8 and the information blowout. And when I say Nintendo drops the hammer, I shouldn't have said hammer. It's like nailing something in, like it's final. More like the snowball. They just dropped like the snowball from really high off the ledge, and it's going to roll and just continue because the stuff that they announced today was just absolutely fantastic. Like I'm so excited to see what's going on and see what's going to happen and see like the E3. I mean, you guys already saw my E3 episode, where if you haven't seen it, check it out on my channel. You can see it in my videos where I talked about Nintendo's E3 plans. But now they've basically just dropped some really cool information on Mario Kart 8. So I'm going to recap that. I'm going to give my thoughts on each one, and I have the Q&A app uploaded, or Q&A app enabled. So if you want to ask me a question, I'll be periodically looking to the right to see if I can answer any of those questions. I'm doing this kind of midday, so probably not going to. A lot of people are going to catch this live, so probably not expecting too many questions. But definitely when you guys, when people, it's going to be recorded. It's going to be up on PlayerEssence.com. So if you miss any parts of it, or if you have to go in between, you'll be able to catch the recorded session on my channel here and on Player Essence. So anyway, let's go ahead and let's get this started because there was a lot of good things to talk about. So the first thing that I want to say is Nintendo has announced a new Mario Kart 8 bundle for North America, and this bundle is going to run you $329.99, and it's going to get you. It's going to drop on May 30th, and it's going to get you one physical copy of the game Mario Kart 8, Black Wii U Deluxe. It's going to get you a red Wii wheel, and it's going to get you a Mario-themed red Wii Remote Plus. So you get all of that stuff for $329.99. Not only that, but when you when you get the bundle and you get Mario Kart 8, if you register that on Club Nintendo before July 31st, you actually get a download code for a free game. The games are different from Europe and from North America, so I'll get into that a little bit later. If you hear any noise in the background, like cars and stuff, sorry, my window's open. It's hot in here, so I'm going to have that open. So sorry about that ahead of time. So let's move on to the next thing. Like I alluded to, the free digital game. So this is for North America only. If you purchase Mario Kart 8, it doesn't matter if you get it in this new bundle or if you get it standalone copy of the game, you get it digitally, does not matter. If you register that before July 31st, you will receive a download code or voucher for a free game. And that game, the games that you can pick from in North America are Wii Party U, Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD, Pikmin 3, and New Super Mario Bros. U. So for new Wii U owners or for people just picking it up, you basically can get, I mean, I would just get the bundle because that gets you the best value if you don't have a Wii U. If you do have a Wii U already, of course, buy Mario Kart 8, and if you want Legend of Zelda, which is a fantastic game, I gave that a 10 out of 10. You want New Super Mario Bros. U, which isn't as good, but hey, if you want some classic platforming action, you can get that. Wii Party U, if you have a family, you want to play with your friends. Pikmin 3, another great single-player game, or if you have like another friend or you have a brother or sister that's also in-depth at games, Pikmin 3 might be your good choice because they have pretty good local multiplayer in Pikmin 3. So you really can't go wrong with any game that you pick, depending on what you want. Now, if you live in Europe, it's a much better deal. And the reason some people in North America are like, oh, why don't we get this deal? Well, it's called struggling. Europe is Nintendo's weakest market, so they get the best deals. And the deal that they get is they can pick from 10 games. They can pick from 10 games. They can pick from The Wonderful 101. They can get all the games that I also listed. I think Monster Hunter is on there. Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate is on there. Game & Wario. And I think something else, I'm not exactly sure. There's one more game on there, but they basically get a selection of 10 games to pick from if you live in Europe. Definitely check out PlayerEssence.com if you live in Europe. You can get the full details on there. I don't necessarily remember every single game. But yeah, fantastic deal. Perfect time to jump in, and that's what I mean by snowball. I mean, and if some of you guys have seen some of the other videos that Mr. T from the PE Network, Mr. T's done, this is good. When Nintendo struggles, when Nintendo struggles like this is good. This is good because that's why people get these good deals. That's why us as Wii U owners, even if we already have one, that's why we get a free digital game. That's why we're getting all these things. It's because Nintendo is struggling, so they're doing everything they can, or they're trying their best to try to make things right. So hey, Nintendo wants to struggle. Keep on bringing the good stuff. That's fine by me. So we got that out of the way. Let's go ahead and we're going to move on to online multiplayer, which is also a really big part of Mario Kart and a great feature that's that's welcomed and I think really completes the package. So let's go ahead and we're going to read off what Nintendo said about this. So up to 12 players can race together in 4 different multiplayer modes. And it has voice chat. Nintendo says if you like to trash talk your friends while you're preparing for a race, you're in luck. Mario Kart 8 lets players chat with one another in a lobby area using the Wii U gamepad microphone or text phrases as they want. If they want their friends to join, players can also create public or private tournaments for which they can specify the day, time of the week, rules, tradition. Players will be able to race against others from Ghost Data, friends, and even the top 10 worldwide racers. You can try to beat them. You can get tips and tricks. If you beat one of the developers who do the Ghost Data, one of their times, you get stamps. So it's really cool that you can use in Miiverse. So I'll talk about this before we move on to the next thing. Online multiplayer is very important. It's one of those things that's very important. I think Nintendo's kind of finally warming up to the online thing. The fact that we got voice chat confirmed is very good. One of the biggest problems with Mario Kart is like the text bubble chat can be too slow when you're with 12 people. You know, all the bubbles popping up. It's good to just have voice chat enabled. So now, like when I'm preparing for a race, or when people need to leave, or when I'm trying to organize things, I can talk to people in the lobby. I can set up. I can say, hey, what do you guys want to play next? It's so easy to just organize things for me as somebody who's going to be hosting PE game nights. So the fact that we got that in the lobby, which is good, which is really what we need it for. I guess having the option to have it during the race would be better. But at the same time, I'll be completely honest. I'd mute everybody during the race, because if there's one thing about Mario Kart, you really need to listen to when stuff is coming and is about to hit you. Like sometimes they have the sounds. You need to listen to what's going on around you. I really don't feel like hearing people like yell or talk, or hearing music in the background, or somebody's mom screaming or stuff like that. I really don't. So I would mute it anyway. But I can understand for people who might want that. But I think the lobby is good for me, just so I can organize things. And then when the race starts, I'm focused. I'm on the race. I want to hear the game music. I want to hear the sounds of the shells and what people get, and to be alert for the race. So I'm happy with what they've done so far. As far as that goes, as far as the tournaments, perfect. I'm going to have my own community. We're going to have PE tournaments. We're going to have prizes. I'm going to make sure they have prizes. We're going to have different types of stuff. So this is the perfect type of stuff to basically just get people hyped, to get people hooked in, and for this game to last a whole generation, the next 4 or 5 years. Fantastic by Nintendo's part. So many good things. The Ghost Data, the features, the online multiplayer, all of it just makes a cohesive unit. That's just going to make Mario Kart one of the best titles of the year, if not the best title. We'll see by the end of the year, but this could be game of the year, definitely, with all the stuff that they're adding. Very good stuff. Very, very good. So many features, so many good things. I can't wait to play this. We're a little less than a month away, or about a month away. So really cool stuff. So let's go ahead and we're going to move on to Mario Kart TV, which is another fantastic feature that really completes Mario Kart. So I'm going to go ahead and read off what they said here. As previously announced, players can watch their highlight reels, rewind them, play them in slow motion, or upload them to Miiverse. They can watch the world's most popular highlight reels and comment on them, but players with Google accounts can upload their reels directly to their YouTube channels. Now, of course, this is huge. This is absolutely huge for Nintendo. The reason why is because Nintendo's presence on YouTube is not being felt as much as it could be. Now you're going to have a bunch of people, probably people creating YouTube accounts and uploading to YouTube just for the heck of it. This is going to boost YouTube's revenue by leagues. This is going to boost Nintendo's game sales, because now people who don't have it are going to be like, oh, look at all these Mario Kart highlight reels coming up. Maybe I want to get up in this. Maybe I want to upload my gameplay. And for me personally, this is a blessing. This is an absolute 100% blessing that I can upload my reels between the times, and I think it's like 30, 45, 60 seconds, those are the only 3 that you can upload. So the videos are going to be pretty short, but they're going to be short and sweet, which is cool. You can't upload the full races. Those ones you're only going to be able to upload to Nintendo TV on Miiverse. You're not going to be uploading those to YouTube. But the fact that they're still giving you those 3, which is cool. Maybe in the future they'll let you do the whole races, but for right now, maybe for server stress, or I'm not really sure what's going on, you can only upload those the up to 60 seconds. But that's still cool. I'll take that. That's better than nothing. I can't do that with New Super Mario Bros. Or any other Nintendo game out there so far. So the fact that they're doing that, for me, I'm a big YouTuber, so to have that as a feature, that for me, that even makes the game better. I mean, it's not needed, but it makes the game even better to me, because it's another feature that's going to really complete the package for Mario Kart 8, and it's really going to help the game sales. It's really just going to help the popularity of the game. The game's only going to get more popular. The sales are only going to be better. So I think it's a fantastic idea from Nintendo, and I cannot wait to definitely do that. All right, so we're going to move on to the next thing here. So new items. Let me read off what Nintendo said about this. Items are what make Mario Kart games so balanced. Okay, no matter how skilled racers are, they're just a blue spiny shell away from disaster. A well-timed item can also turn defeat into victory in an instant. The new super horn blows away all other items, literally. Sounding the super horn issues forth a sonic shockwave that blasts away everything in the vicinity, including other drivers, red shells, and even blue spiny shells, so blue first place shells. It's a potent asset, especially for drivers trying to maintain their lead. Mario Kart 8 also introduces the Crazy 8, a swirl of 8 different items that lucky players can use one by one. So once again, the items are cool. I like the new items. The fact that we've got the super horn, which can be a defense to blue shells. But the thing about it is that, you know, in the tournaments, most people are just going to turn off the blue shell. So I know I'm going to turn off the blue shell, because the blue shell is a stupid item. So I know I am. But the fact that, you know, maybe for random, like when you're playing random races, that's cool. You know, you hit the horn and it blocks the item. So that's really good. I like the fact that they're balancing out the game a little bit. I like the fact that for people that are in first place necessarily can't have the tower of defense that other games used to have. And what I mean by the tower of defense is when, you know, when you're playing Mario Kart and you have somebody that's in first place and they have 3 red shells floating around them, and then 3 red shells in reserve, or they have like a big banana peel, and then they have like 3 green shells, so they just have like ultimate defense, you know, and you just can't crack past that, because they're just blocking everything with banana peels, 3 banana peels, turtle shells, all this stuff. So now basically what they've done, they've balanced it out. You can only hold 1 item. You can get your 3 shells, but that's all you can't. You can't get another item with a big banana peel or anything like that. So I like how they balance the items. I think it's going to work well. Personally, I think it's going to work well, and it's going to bring the game back to the fundamentals, which is always good. I mean, I think fundamentally it makes things simpler, but at the same time it makes things more strategic. You can't be wasteful with your items, especially if you're trying to catch the person. You really got to make sure, if you got that green shell, you got to line up your hit. You know, if you got a green shell, you just can't just toss it out there. If you got 3 green shells, make sure you line it up. Don't just, I mean, I remember people would be like in 2nd or 3rd place, and to make sure nobody comes up from behind them, they would just be launching green shells behind them and like launching green shells behind them. So it was like, people were just, there's just green shells. Everybody's just trying to dodge green shells from from the 2nd and 3rd place people. So now when you have, you know, 1 item slot, you can't do that, because you're trying to either provide defense for yourself, or you're trying to get the person in front of you. So now you got to be very careful, and you've got to be very meticulous with your items, because now you just can't waste them like you can. So I think it's a good idea that they did this. I think it helps provide balance, and I think with all the other stuff that they've added, I think it's a really good balancing mechanic. I think it's going to work out well with the new items. Okay, so we're going to get into the new racers here. So the new racers, there are 2 new playable female characters that make their debut. First, we have the new heavyweight driver, Pink Gold Peach, and she glows with a golden light and makes a nice counterpart to Metal Mario. And next, we have Baby Rosalina that shows up for a playdate with other baby characters. Like there's like Baby Mario, and there's like Baby Daisy. I don't know. There's all baby everything, Baby Luigi. And you can also use your Mii character. So you have the 2 new characters plus the confirmation of your Mii character. So Pink Gold Peach, which she's a heavyweight character, and then you have Baby Rosalina, which is obviously a lightweight character. Then your Mii character is going to be based on how much you put your weight at, or your build on your Mii. So very cool. 30 characters, even biggest roster of Mario Kart characters ever. A lot of people, you know what I don't understand when people start complaining about the characters of Mario Kart? It's like, it's Mario Kart. It's Mario Kart. The characters don't do anything. This is not Smash Bros. Where they have movesets and they have like different attacks and stuff like that. It's Mario Kart. They're in a cart. What really makes Mario Kart are the tracks and the carts, not the characters in them. All the characters do is like their weight class. Has nothing to do with the actual characters. So I understand people want to play with their favorite character and stuff like that, but at the same time, they have no effect on real gameplay. If you like a light character, just pick a light character. That's all that matters. So I don't really see people complaining about gold, pink princess or baby. Who cares? Like, just pick a character you like and race. It's about the tracks. It's about the anti-gravity. It's not about the characters. They don't do anything. Smash Bros. I understand people complaining about a roster or stuff like that with Smash Bros. Because that's different. Because that is an actual fighting game. You know, you're actually using that character to fight with a moveset. But the characters don't matter in Mario Kart. Mario, Luigi. Who cares? Like, there's nothing special about them. I know in Double Dash, maybe that could have been more of a issue with characters because they had special moves. But nobody has any special moves in this, so the characters don't matter. Like, so. Whatever, I don't care. I'm gonna pick one of the Koopa kids, like Iggy or something, one of the stupid looking ones, and I'm just gonna race. I mean, this is do anti-gravity. Or I'm gonna pick Peach and Iggy, one of those two. I'm definitely gonna pick Peach. She's my number one. But that's just because she looks cool in like her speed bike. I only picked Peach because she has that speed bike outfit, because I like using the Mach bike. So, and she has that cool looking speed bike outfit. That's the only reason why I picked Peach. Not because I'm like, oh, Peach is my character, or like Iggy's my character. It doesn't matter. I don't even remember the characters I used in the past Mario games. I just pick somebody. I just always pick a lightweight class. That's all I do. Anyway, so yeah, that basically wraps that up. So that is all of the news out of there. So that basically wraps it up for all that. Next, I want to talk about just my own personal thoughts about this whole thing, because Nintendo also did a new format of the Nintendo Direct, and I want to talk about that a little bit. So this Nintendo Direct that Nintendo did, it was absolutely it was crazy, because basically what they did is, because you know how Nintendo has Nintendo TV. So what Nintendo did was that they basically structured the whole Nintendo Direct around it actually you watching TV and you clicking through, like, you know, cheesy, corny, different types of channels, dramas and infomercials and regular TV, like actual commercials for the products and stuff like that. And I think it was structured really good. Not only that, but it takes the heat off of Wada, because a lot of people are getting kind of annoyed with him and his structure and how things kind of, I guess because he can't, you know, speak as fast. Some people don't like that here in America. So what they did is they basically just used the Wada for the intro, and they used the Wada for basically the outro for the most part. And throughout the whole thing, it was just basically other actors that Nintendo hired, or probably people from the Treehouse team that Nintendo got to do that, because I doubt Nintendo would hire actual other actors. That's a waste of money when you have the Treehouse guys under their contract to do that. So they got the Treehouse guys to do that, and the Treehouse girls and guys to do that. And I liked it. I really liked it. Yeah, it was cheesy. Yeah, it was corny, but that's Nintendo. Nintendo's about that. I mean, you saw the skit with the Mega 64. It's fun. It's playful. That's what Nintendo's about. Like with Microsoft and Sony, they're so serious about things. Everything's really business-like, and they don't really do stuff like that for fear maybe of their fan base reacting a certain way. But with Nintendo, it's always about fun. It's always about fun. It's always about trying something different, trying something new. And this was a completely new format. And based on this Mario Kart TV, and based on what their format is for that, it really provides hope for me, and I'm pretty sure that the Nintendo Digital event is going to be spectacular at this point. Because look at the Smash Bros. Event. Look at the Smash Bros. Nintendo Direct. Look at this Mario Kart Direct. The way that they're structuring these things are completely different. And then the Smash Bros. Direct it had some comical points in there. They made sure to have some, but it was a little bit more business-like, whereas this Mario Kart Direct was completely comical with good facts in there. I mean, even in the very beginning with the actors that they got, and the guy that gets into his Mario slippers, and even at the end, what he says, like all the stuff that I have to do before I die, and then he puts play Mario Kart 8. I mean, all of that just adds to Nintendo's persona of playful, fun company, but at the same time, we're trying to extract your money too, you know. But that's good. I mean, they're a business, obviously. We want to give them our money if they're going to give us great games. So I thought it was just fantastic, and I really thought that it was a great way to convey the message about the bundle, about the new features, about all of that stuff. Because now it's being plastered over everywhere. I mean, in my YouTube feed alone, I've seen tons of game explain videos. I've seen tons of previews from different websites. I've seen tons of people talking about the direct, and on the website, there's lots of people, lots of chatter, lots of traffic coming in. People are excited, and with that bundle, which isn't, it's a great bundle, it's a great value, but it's necessarily not, it's not the like a free game other than the digital game that you get when you get with it, because let's say you already had all those games and you can't get a free digital game. It's $3.29, so it's actually a little bit more than what you get for a standard Wii U. So you're basically getting like $20 off Mario Kart, but you do get the, actually I'm kind of wrong with that, because the value is actually pretty good, because you get that Wii Remote Plus, you get the Wii Wheel, so that's actually not bad value. Plus whatever you can salvage from the rest of the Digital Deluxe program, you can get that. So it's a good value. I think it's good value for all. And I think a lot of people are going to hop on that bundle. I don't know if it's going to become like the super mainstream thing that the Wii was, but I don't think it has to. I don't think it has to. I'll have another video talking about Nintendo with the whole mainstream and, becoming all that. But for right now, I think it's good for the gamers, and I think it's good for the expanded audience that we're getting these things. And like I said, this is going to start a snowball. This is not where it ends. And I'll say this, and I'll say this right now. Nintendo delayed Mario Kart 8 on purpose. They could have had this game out sooner. I feel that they could have had this game out sooner. I think that they really wanted to create hype and momentum for the last half of the year, or the last quarter half of the year, and they want to have consecutive titles, because if you look at Nintendo's lineup, they have the ammo to release at least one game every single 1.5 months to 1 month, so they have the ammo to release games that frequently. So what they wanted to do is make sure that they went into E3 with a big hitter, a lot of hype, the bundle, all that stuff. Summer, kids are at home, parents have money to spend, you know what I'm saying? Summer bonuses from work and stuff like that. Parents have money to spend, kids are at home, E3 starting, let's delay this big game till this point, get that bundle out there, and really start the Wii U snowball, the momentum from right there. So I am 100% confident they delayed that till then, and it was a business strategy. They took a lot of backlash and heat from the media and from fans saying, oh, well, there's no games to play from this, from this period. And then to make things worse, a lot of the high-profile indie games like Shovel Knight and Armillo, those games got delayed when Nintendo gave them a chance to get their games out and get lots of sales. Now it's going to be a little bit tougher, because those games now come out in May, and people are hyped for Child of Light, which is a bigger game than that, which is it's not an indie game. A lot of people are saying that's an indie game. Child of Light is not an indie game. It's just a downloadable game. But now Child of Light's coming out. Now you have Mario Kart coming out at the end of May. There's and even some of like the licensed games like Spider-Man and stuff like that could overshadow some of those indie games that are coming out. So I think Nintendo tried to give it to the indies in that March, April period, and a lot of them delayed their games. So it's just like, now Nintendo's like, well, nothing we can do. We're going forward at the end of the month. So hopefully Armillo and those games can get out, because the snowball starting with Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart 8 is where it starts, where Nintendo's writes their shit. And it's going to start with Mario Kart 8 and then E3. And then probably after that, you're going to get Bayonetta. We're going to get Bayonetta. They already got confirmed for release in Japan. This summer. So we're going to get Bayonetta this summer. Hopefully summer in America and Europe too, and we're also going to get Hyrule Warriors sometime soon. I think that's the title that's going to be ready sometime soon. We're also going to get Monolith Soft's X. We're also going to be dropping Sonic Boom. So there's just going to be title after title after title. Watch Dogs is still going to be a big title for the Wii U. Especially if Nintendo structures things right, they could probably have it as like the single game or a game at the end of the month, and really hype that game up. Like, hey, this is the third-party, new IP to find on the Wii U with the Wii U gamepad. And especially if Ubisoft can take advantage of that, I think the Mario Kart 8 snowball is just going to keep rolling and rolling. And especially going into E3, we're going to see so many videos from so many people doing E3, like Mario Kart, like uploading to YouTube, and the Miiverse. And the next thing that I wanted to talk about is basically, I kind of hit on this a little bit, and it seems to me like, I want to get on this before we wrap this whole thing up in the last 5 minutes here. It seems to me like my YouTube crowd was perfectly cool with what I said on my last one about Nintendo's E3 plans, about the features and all that, and the achievements. It seems like my YouTube crowd seemed to know exactly what I said, but my Player Essence crowd seemed to have misunderstood what I was saying. So I wanted to just make sure we right the wrong. One, I would never force any. Like, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, well, I'm trying to force them to do things or say things about achievements or features." I would never force anybody to do or say anything. All I was saying from that yesterday was that all I want is for people to be in support of your fellow gamer. It's just camaraderie. That's all I'm saying. I don't think any of the features that I said actually change the way anybody who doesn't like those things would play. I really don't think that they would change. Just like Miiverse, and just like the gamepad off TV play, and just like Nintendo TV, the TV app, and just like all the features that Nintendo already has on the Wii U, those don't affect anything as far as the core concept of the game. So I don't see why adding achievements or adding voice chat or adding all those things can be ignored or turned off. So I wasn't trying to force anything down your throat. I was just saying that we already have features that Nintendo gives us. You guys are okay with that. What's wrong with having more features and making the system better? It's no different than having Miiverse. Miiverse isn't needed. Miiverse is not needed to enjoy your game. You can go without Miiverse, but yet you still have it and you like it. You can go without off-TV play, but if off-TV play is still cool. So that's all I was saying. I wasn't trying to force anything down anybody's throat, or I wasn't calling. Some people thought I was calling some people names like douchebag and stuff like that. No, I wasn't. I just want to clear this up because I don't want anybody to think that I was calling people names. Basically, what I said is that just as long as you can be for your fellow gamer, just as long as they're not being douchebags, just as long as they're not being douchebags. Because there's a lot of people who go on here and they start screaming and yelling and ranting and being really mean about what they want, and I think that's wrong. You should just be nice, be positive about it, and just be like, hey, this is what I would like, and state your reasons why. So that's basically what I was saying there. Be for them, but if they're going to be mean about it, then you don't have to be for them for that. So that's what I was saying. But I don't want to get too much into that because that was already something that I already talked about. But I think it's really cool what Nintendo did, just basically to wrap this one up. I think it's really cool. I think that there's a lot of good stuff coming. There's a lot of great features that I'm really excited for Mario Kart 8 that I think enhances the experience, makes it better. The fact that I'll be able to communicate, the fact that we're going to have tournaments, the fact that we're going to be doing all these things are going to be included in Mario Kart 8 just makes things so awesome. And not only that, but if they're doing all this for Mario Kart 8, which is the game that comes out in May, what's going to happen for Smash Bros? There's going to be tournaments in Smash Bros. There's going to be, they're probably going to have lobby voice chat in Smash Bros too. They're going to have a bunch of cool stuff because it's taken Nintendo a while to get these games out. But when they come out, they're going to be awesome. So it really starts. It starts at the end of this month, and I really can't wait for this. Can't wait for it. So that basically wraps it up for this live stream here. Thank you for tuning in. All of you guys are really awesome. I didn't see any questions here, or maybe my question app is broke. I'm just going to have to do another Q&A at some other point. But I want to let you guys know at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Time Zone, 8:30. That's 5:30 Pacific. If you live on the West Coast, that's 5:30. If you live Central, I think that's 7:30 p.m. That's today. 8:30 on the East Coast, and if you live somewhere else or overseas, I don't know, but check overseas. But if you check on my upcoming events on my Google Plus page, or if you check on your subscription feed, you should see I scheduled a live event for this game right here, Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. So if you want to play some Mass Effect 3 multiplayer with the PE community on the Wii U, because I got the game back, it's still in the shrink wrap too. If you want to play Mass Effect 3 with me, I'll be playing that by 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Time. Definitely check it out if you want to play some Mass Effect 3 with the PE community. What I'm going to have is I'm actually going to have I already have the event scheduled. So if you just go on there, put your ID, your Nintendo Network ID in there, and I'll invite you to the chat. Because I'll have the chat going, so we don't have to use the Wii U gamepad if some people use the Pro controller. I'll have the chat going on Google Plus, on the Google Plus Live Hangout, and I'll invite the first 4 people into the game. So if you want to play, let me know. I might play for an hour, and then we'll rotate we'll rotate people here. But anyway, just 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. Cell phone went off. But anyway, it always goes off around this time too. I need to make sure to put it to silent. But anyway, that wraps it up. Let me know, like I said, if you want to play Mass Effect 3. I'll be playing tonight, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 Pacific time. So anyway, guys, thanks again. We will see you guys for the next live stream. Peace.